Welcome back to Inspiring Hope, the community where we always encourage one another to have only positive expectations through true self-care. I'm your host, Dr. Tracy, and you know how we do. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. All right. I have someone with us today who's going to really help us out. And we're staying on this subject of branding and marketing and helping people that are entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. I have with me Miss Nicole Perkins. Welcome to the show, Nicole.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're excited you're here today. Now, Nicole has a passion for helping businesses and individuals stand out in the digital landscape. Nicole is a seasoned brand strategist and a client attraction expert, and she's armed with a creative vision and a deep understanding of marketing dynamics. So, Nicole really excels at crafting impactful brand identities and driving client engagement. And this is definitely a time that we need some client engagement because we need to make that money because of our economy, and the way people, are a little scared right now of things going on or not going on, but never fear. God is always near. And that's why I always say, have only positive expectations. That's what this stands for on my shirt, you guys. Okay, so today we're going to get going with Miss Nicole. She has a lot of tools and tips that she's going to be sharing with us, and a beautiful, if you can see her background right there, I'm so excited. She has a great company with a full team, and hopefully they provide full service for you all. So tell us a little bit about your passion and how you got started with helping people do this with your branding.
Awesome. First, I want to say thank you, Dr. Tracy, for having me. And yeah, I would love to tell everyone exactly how I got started. So I started off as a bit of a business coach coming out of the business corporate setting. So in other words, I either helped people make money, I managed money, or I was the one getting the money back from for them. So I kind of wore all the hats in that sense of the word. However, as time went on, I started helping friends and family get their budgeting under control, kind of get their credit score going up. And I got really, really good at that. However, they started asking me about business. They're saying, hey, can you do the same magic you're doing for my personal life? Can you do that for my business as well? And I said, well, let's give it a try. So they were kind of like my guinea pigs in the beginning, just seeing how this whole branding and marketing thing would work out. And I just basically took the knowledge that I had learned over the years with banking and marketing and applied it. And long and behold, my clients were at the time friends and family, they were for free. They end up making money and things started going very well for their businesses. And the first time it happened, I was like, okay, maybe that's, good luck. The second time it happened, I said, I might be onto something. And then the third time when my friends and family would start making money, I said, oh my goodness, I think I'm really, really good at this. So hence started my branding and marketing agency. Well, fast forward, here we are years and years later, and I have a full team who does all things social media and digital marketing. I mean, you name it, from funnel creation, websites. We create a entire social media makeover for our clients from every single platform. We actually manage their social media. So they're completely hands off. The only thing they have to do is show up for their clients. And you can see just from that point alone, them having the time to be able to, show up the right way. That's how they're able to get more clients.
Exactly. I love that you guys are doing the full service thing. You're really doing it. And so in the background, we can only see V for virtual, and then there's a skip because your head is there in the W. Tell us, what does that stand for?
Okay, so my company is Virtuous and Wealthy Millionaire Mindset. So you got the V and the W, and so you're not missing too much because right in the middle is the and. The and. So you're not missing out. But it does stand for Virtuous and Wealthy Millionaire Mindset. And to me, integrity is everything when you're dealing with businesses. And we have been entrusted with different brands over the years, and we go out of our way to be there for them, to show them the true VIP treatment. and that's done in integrity. And I believe that's why we have become as wealthy as we are.
Well, that's pretty awesome. I love that what you're doing. So, do you help people that are startups, or if they've already have a business for a long time? Tell us a little bit about that and what the difference is in what you offer each of them.
Correct. So we do have different levels. We have startup levels, we have mid-range businesses, and then we have what's called enterprise, which is our corporate accounts. But just to kind of piggyback on, I love working with small businesses, and that's because I know how it feels. I know how it feels not to have the support. I know how it feels to be looking at the laptop and saying, what are you talking about, social media? What am I supposed to be doing? I know how it feels to have listened to gurus upon gurus telling you to do this, and the other person tells you the opposite, and the other person tells you to do both. And you're just like, you know, this is too much. And then on top of it, a lot of the solopreneurs or entrepreneurs I meet, they still have their 9 to 5 jobs, right? They're still
Yeah.
working. So and have families. Some still go to school. So how are they getting this financial freedom and time to be able to, work on their own terms? And that is why I love our solopreneur, our entrepreneur, our newbie, which I call brand newbie packages, because we are able to still give them the same service, but it's in a way that they can manage for themselves. So the solopreneurs, we do the social media makeover for them. Of course, if they want other things, that is up for renegotiation, because that does require more time for my team. And then, of course, we have our mid-range and our enterprise. That's for businesses who they have employees underneath them. They're not brand newbies. They're not new at this social media scene. Matter of fact, they're pretty good at it. They just want more support. They want to scale, in other words. So we are there to be their support team so that their employees who they hire to do I would say, the more selling task for them, they're able to do that.
Okay. Now, for someone who may be listening and not know the difference between a solopreneur and an entrepreneur, or a solopreneur or entrepreneur, or, even the one that has a small business, please, can you explain a little on that for us?
Absolutely. So when you think of solopreneurs, you're thinking of someone who literally they are hands-on by themselves. They really don't have anyone. Sometimes they're not even thinking about having anyone help them. So they're truly by themselves. They're doing everything by themselves. And I would say even driving themselves a little bit batty, because it's a lot doing everything yourself, right? They are what you sometimes will even call hustlers, right? We had that, you heard that saying, I don't know if they're still saying, we're hustling to do this and do that. Now, the problem with that is that if something happens to you, something happens to the business.
Exactly.
So, as romanticized it is in society, when you hear people say, oh, I'm hustling, well, you shouldn't really tout that too much, because what it says is that if something happens to your business, your clients can't rely on you to be sustainable. They can't rely on your business to be sustainable, right? So that's not
Right.
really something someone should really brag about, but I'll leave that alone. And then you have the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur, they are doing things without the 9 to 5 investor. They are completely on their own. And in some cases, they're exiting. They have an exiting plan to have their own business. However, they are open to also having a team or also having a partner in business with them. So that would be more or less like the defining difference between the two.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for explaining that. All righty. Now I know it's always good to do you all, I know you help with the social media, and that has a lot to do with the marketing and ads and things of that nature. But just can you tell us a little bit the difference between marketing and, targeting your market, your audience that you want to get? So
Okay,
the difference between, I guess,
absolutely.
marketing and selling, you know.
Oh, absolutely. So I I have a lot of real estate clients, unusually amount of real estate clients who actually who want our services, and so I like to use the example of them all the time because it's easier for people to understand. Think of marketing like a house that's for sale, right? and they're putting the for sale sign. And when you drive by, you're just like, oh, okay, this house is for sale. That's marketing. The root word of marketing is marketplace. It's simple as that. I think people make things very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
unreasonably difficult. But it's really that simple. You are just putting your house on the so-called market,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to selling, it's what are you using on that sign? Oh, I got a good one. How about short sale, right? So now
Mhm.
it changes from just marketing to selling, because what's going to make the person say, "Ooh, I think I better get it before somebody else gets it," right? It's
Yeah,
a
creating
short
that
sale.
urgency. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Or you can couple it with a real estate agent who's like, you know what? I got all this fancy financing for you. And guess what? If you really want it, I can get it for you. Selling. So we
Exactly.
see here how it goes hand in hand. You really can't do one without the other. I don't suggest that you do in your business. You shouldn't do all marketing and not sell, and you shouldn't do all selling and not market it. And also, you should not leave out branding. And a lot of people don't know the difference between branding and marketing. Well, I'll just add another to it, another layer. So, marketing is when you actually put your service or your object or your items or your product on the market. And then selling is the extra activity, you bring attention to it, right? Well, branding is what keeps them there. So once the person drives by the home, they see the short sale, what is the natural reaction they want to do? They want to go in the house.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know what's good. What am I going to get out of this house, right? So they go inside the home. They're like, oh my God, it got the chandelier. Oh, that foyer is awesome. Fire. Oh, I love that bathtub. I mean, this does it, right? They've forgotten even about the price. Matter of fact, it doesn't even matter. You've seen the people where they're just like, I just want it. I want it before somebody else takes it, right? Okay, that's branding. Branding is what keeps the person interested in what you are selling or marketing. So
Right.
it's not enough to just be marketed to or sold to. What's going to keep them there to say and give them that oh my God, I gotta have this.
Right.
And that's what we provide for our clients. We've had many clients where after we've done their social media makeover, I always say, if you brand well, you sell less. So
Right.
I
Right.
just had a real estate agent who she didn't have a client for years. I mean, it was terrible. She's like, I don't know if it's the economy. I said, oh, that doesn't matter. She said, I don't know if it's me. I said, it kind of doesn't matter, you know. So we did a social media makeover for her. We didn't even finish the entire makeover, and she got a client within 2 weeks of working with us. They seen
Wow.
her profile and they were like, oh, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. And she's a luxury real estate agent. So, of course, we
Oh.
made her brand luxurious.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
guess who she attracted? A
Good
luxury
for you.
client.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm glad you said that word attraction because that was just that's what I want to ask next. So how do you teach them how to attract their ideal client? And sometimes, we have an idea of what we want to do or what we want to sell, but we don't really know how to attract that particular person or, or company. So sometimes you want to attract companies, to your business.
Absolutely. So we have strategy sessions every week with our clients. This is what separates us from everyone else because the traditional social media and branding agencies, they're kind of like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They do their little digital stuff. It's really transactional, right? They don't really care to answer your questions. They're hoping you kind of go away and just pay the money. They give you what you ask for transactional wise, but you're left kind of feeling like you're a number. You're just another customer to them. I think what separates my company, Virtuous and Wealthy, is that we still do old school strategy sessions. So it's kind of a mixture of coaching. Now, when I have the strategy sessions, this is when I'm able to sometimes hear people's dreams and their disappointments when it comes to business, things they hope would happen and it didn't happen, or they're confused about a certain aspect. And I would listen to them. And some people say, well, that's more like a therapy session. I don't look at it that way. I look at it that how do you know what your client wants if you don't know them?
Right. Yeah. You got to find out their needs and their wants. Yeah.
And it also creates that relationship in a sense where when our team are creating different projects for them, because I've had that conversation, it's like a brother or sister, and you kind of know the food they won't eat. You'll say, oh,
Mhm.
they will not touch that vegetable. You could hand it to them with a bunch of candy and they're not going to touch it. Or you would say, girl, is that pork? Grandma don't like that pork. So you get to know them. So when I'm doing the meetings with the different contractors and the team members that I'm with, and they're asking me questions like, well, what do you think that this client will like? Guess what? I know the answer.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yes. And
I
that's one
know
of the
them.
things that's really necessary.
I know them because I've been meeting with.
Thank you so much for that answer. Now, my next question is, how do you teach people how do you teach people, in targeting or marketing and branding, how to capture the heartstrings of the person or the people or the clients that they want to attract?
Yes, ma'am. I speak a lot about consistency. There's this saying that hard work beats talent when talent hardly works. And I tell my clients all the time, you could be the smartest, the prettiest, the most charismatic, the most awesome, have the most beautiful brand, the most whatever it is. But when you're not putting in that work, that means showing up every day on social media and on top of the things that this company
Okay.
does for you, not showing up and say, this is my name. This is who I am. This is what I do. See, because now in 2023, people are more visual. It used to be you could read a newspaper, right? You
Yeah.
could read a book and be fascinated. But now, with a lot of the attention spans being shorter and shorter, they want to see your face. They want to see if are you a real person that they're dealing with. And showing up in that way really, really helps. Networking, I always say networking equals your net worth. So if you're not
Do that.
actively, yes, ma'am, if you're not actively making friends, and that's why I say make friends. So I do deal with that question a lot because sometimes I'll have, and I would say mainly the solopreneurs who, after they've pretty much got to the end of their rope doing it by themselves, right? They don't, it's a very lonely life, the solopreneur, okay? And they reach out to me. And one of the things they tell me is, I'm an introvert. Okay. I'm not saying that you can't go far as an introvert in this business. However, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to have to come out your shell. You're actually going to have to talk to people,
Yeah.
right? So these are things where I really, on my strategy sessions, I get kind of deep and I kind of pull off the layers of the onions and I start to realize that the people who say they're introverts, they're really not. It's just something has happened in life
Right.
that they've kind of shut down a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, especially when it comes to business, because sometimes when things don't turn out the way that we think they should, or when we think they should, then it makes us shut down and say, maybe that wasn't for me, or I just can't do it, or I'm not good, all that negative self-talk. But tell us, what kind of things do you have coming up here, and how people can get in touch with you to reach out for more and things like that? Do you have group sessions as well? Talk to me, girl. Talk to me.
Absolutely. So you can reach me, Coach J, Nicole Perkins on Facebook, Coach J Perkins on Facebook, and then Nicole J Perkins on Instagram. Nicole Perkins on LinkedIn. And then also my website is www.virtuouslybranding.com. That's www.virtuouslybranding.com. But yes, I do have some things coming down the pipeline. Now, I don't do group thingies because I'm not a coach, right? Now, although in my strategy sessions, it turns into coaching and therapy sometimes, right? But I am not a therapist and I am not a coach. However, coming down the pipeline, I will be starting a YouTube channel and it will be talking about all things branding. And we're going to be start picking apart some celebrity brands and kind of what they've done right, what they've done wrong. It's going to be nice conversation. Matter of fact, we just did kind of our beta YouTubing today, me and my team, just to see how it would roll out and how it looks. And I was super excited and thrilled. So that's hopefully
Exciting.
going to be touching down in November. It's called Good Business with Nicole Perkins. So we just talk about, celebrities doing business bad.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. That's a great thing. And so we definitely know how to get in touch with you. You brand it well. If nothing else, you're gonna remember Nicole Perkins or Coach J, Nicole Perkins as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah, so awesome. Thank you so much for meeting with us today. Any last tools or tips that you would like to share with the viewers?
Absolutely. So, first, thank you again for having me. And just want to leave you with this: there's team, there's tech, and then there's time. If you are struggling with any of the three, that is a sign that you need help in your business. And that's what I'm here for, to help you with the team, the tech, and the time. I actually have a slogan that says, I have the team that knows the tech so you can have time to be great. And that's truly what we want you to do. We want you to focus on what really matters, which is getting clients and attracting the right type of visibility on social media.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure meeting with you today, for us today. So you guys, there you have it. God has really been speaking to us lately a lot about business and coaching and all the good stuff, branding, marketing, ads. So if you're not working a job or you got laid off or whatever, there's still hope. Find what you are passionate about, what you love to do. That's what Nicole did, and she didn't even notice at the time. And so you might be that same way, that you found something that you're really good at it and you're just naturally good at it. So you didn't think anything of it. Take that thing and turn it into some profit. So they used to say, take your passion and turn it into profit. You can do it too. Peace out.